Okay. So on the last episode here, oh, the dart does as well. I might go back at the very end. I want to see the goat thing, and then yeah, maybe check out those two, those uh, two little bits there. All right. So yeah, on the last episode of this, which I can link here, maybe. We were left here in the jungle. We managed to, I don't know, basically start a dangerous fire in the middle of the rainforest, which caused this, I don't know, priest guy to come out who's living in this tree house, and we found out that Nico is in there and she is near death. So, over this very dramatic music, we have basically managed to go to this other village deep in the jungle, and we found out that it is our destiny to thwart the evildoers, and we need to get more rocks like this.
It's the Coyote Stone.
Right, now known as the Coyote Stone. There are two other stones. One, I think, was in England somewhere, and the other, I can't recall where it was, but I'm sure the game will remind me. And for listening to the long story, we did get this root.
It was the root which would cure Nico's snake bite.
And there we go. So I have a feeling we need to use this root in the press. Mainly because, like, why else would we be able to put the cup in there? So I guess I'm gonna do it. We have a save. If this, I don't know, I hope we shouldn't perish by way of this. But if we do, I guess we'll all enjoy how funny that could be.
As the squeezed from the root, it collected in the cone.
Alright, cool. I had a feeling that was the way it was. It's kind of one of these weird puzzles where you figure out the answer before you knew what the puzzle was. Being able to put the cone under there, sort of tipped off that you needed to do that with the
Look, Hubert, the antidote. What are you waiting for? Give it to her, quickly.
George, shades on. Always.
Nico. Here, drink this.
Oh, George, it's horrible.
Just swallow it down. Okay, try and rest now, darling. You'll need all your strength when we go after the other two stones.
Other stones? What other stones? What have you gotten me into now, Josh Stobart?
The patient is sounding more like her old self already.
Nico recovered quickly from her fever. To
That's
save
quick.
time, we decided to split up and look for each stone independently. I traced the pirate Ketch to a remote island in the Caribbean.
Yes.
With the fortune he'd amassed from piracy, he'd retired to a place that was later called Ketch's Landing.
Okay. All right, so we're staying in the Caribbean. I told you the game would let me know. I really couldn't remember. All right, cool. So I guess Nico's gonna have her own adventure. We're solo dolo here, and that is okay. I'll have to get another stone. And yeah, I'm playing the original. I didn't want to interrupt the cutscene there. At first, I didn't know what was about to go down. But yeah, playing the original one on here. I kind of went back and forth on if I was going to play the remastered or not. But based on the responses before for the original one, I was like, I guess we'll just stick with the original. But I have a copy of both 1 and 2 remastered, which I do plan on playing at some point. So I'm curious. Okay, so we are on an island. I guess I'll save here just because we have changed locations. Melee Island. Okay. So we've got some plans. I saw we got a man who's doing some sort of like scouting, some what is this called? Name escapes me. Got the instrument here. We got steps up to another area to a house. We just rolled right through the jungle. It does not look like we can go any further to the left. We can, however, move over to the right. Surveyor. Yeah, survey. That is the word. I couldn't figure it out. Okay. I do have to say, I really, and maybe it's just because we have a more colorful, it's going to be a conversation? No. Perhaps it's because we're in a more colorful setting, but I really like the backgrounds in Broken Sword 2. And I've just noticed them even more than I did in the first game, so pretty cool. Alright, so we've got a boat. We've got a boy in a boat.
It was a seaworthy little craft, in bad need of a coat of paint, but spotlessly clean and maintained. The kid looked about 11 or 12. He was fishing with the intense concentration of someone who had all the time in the world.
Okay. That, I'm sure, will come in handy at some point. I don't know what yet, so we're just going to put a pin in that.
It was a net left to dry in the sunshine.
Net. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no worries, Slim James. That's totally cool. Yeah. So I had to do the same thing. I remember, I think it was PMC that was playing. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, but I remember there was a chunk that I saw. Not chunk, but like there was like a little bit of gameplay that I saw over there, and I had to dip out, even though I would have loved to have watched it, but I was like, I'm going to play it someday. And then like a year later, here we are.
I recognized the instrument as a theodolite, but I had no idea how to operate it.
Theodolite. Oh, that's a cool word. Word and world. Cool world out there.
The guy was studying a large document.
Okay.
It looked like a set of plans.
So you've got plans. We have the dried net.
It was a net left to dry in the sunshine.
Doesn't look like there's anything else. And obviously, we can go up the steps to a house. All right, I guess we'll take a look at the plans. Let's start left to right.
I just had to sneak a look at those plans.
Thanks for the good luck. Best of luck on your gameplay as well.
Hey, get out of there.
You know, wherever I go, I hear those words. Paris, Syria, Ireland, or Spain. Makes no difference.
What do you think you're doing?
I was trying to show some interest in your project.
Okay, so we can't look at the plans, huh?
I just had to...
He's gonna yell at us again. Oh, he's coming over.
Hey, get out of there.
Okay.
Oh, it was just part of his thing. Can we just mess? The theodolite? Okay. So we can see the window up there? If there was something to see, I may have missed it. I guess I'll take a look again. Just in case. Okay. Good shot of the house. Keep that in mind. For a second, I was like, is this like the Fate of Atlantis? We need to move this around and find the horns. Let's talk to this guy. This man.
Hi. Is this Ketch's Landing?
Yeah, that's right.
My name's George Stobart. You're a surveyor, right? Mr.
Bronson. And of course I'm a surveyor. Why the hell else will I have a theodolite?
I don't know. Hobby, maybe?
Yeah, right. What brings you here, anyway?
I'm searching for an ancient Mayan artifact.
What is it? Some kind of jewel?
No, it's obsidian. A black stone with supposedly mystic powers.
You're nuts.
This guy's a real nice guy. Yeah, I definitely will play like the director cuts or whatever, the remasters, etc. For sure, I'm gonna play them at some point. I would be interested to see.
What are you doing with the theodolite?
Surveying the old house. I got great plans for this place.
Oh, yeah?
You bet. Take a look around. What do you see?
Paradise.
I see opportunity. This place is ripe for development.
I like it just the way it is.
And that's where we differ. You see, Mr. Stobart, I'm what you might call a man of vision. I see a great future for Ketch's Landing, and it all starts here, with that house.
Shades of a golden wake happening here. Also, this guy sounds like the Dwayne voice actor. I wonder if that's the same guy. He has like the same accent as Dwayne.
How do you survey a house like that?
I put a target reflector on the end of one of the flagpoles up there on the house. I sight on it from various locations through the theodolite, record the angles along the baseline, and triangulate them to give me the exact position of the target. Understand?
Why the end of the flagpole? Wouldn't it have been better on a corner of a wall or something?
Are you a surveyor?
No, my degree's in law.
Then shut up.
Okay, I assume that was to let us know how we need to use this thing. Flagpole, okay.
This is similar to the stone I'm looking for.
What makes you think you'll find it here?
Because when the stones were stolen in the 17th century...
Hold it! The stones have been lost for 300 years?
Approximately.
And you're hoping to find them again? You're nuts.
You're nuts.
And why here?
A wise old Indian shaman told me he saw the stones in a vision.
Ha ha. That's rich. Listen, I got work to do, okay?
Alright, looks like that's it. Can't show him the
Catch you later,
panties. That's a
Bronson.
shame. Okay. I'm gonna take one more peek at this now that I know that this is looking at some sort of reflector. Yeah, I see the little pulsing thing there. Okay. We pick up the net, maybe? I've just looked at it before, so...
I didn't want a fishing net.
Well, it's a shame, though. Okay. We will head up the steps here in due time. I think I'm going to go talk to this kid first. See what their story is about. Hey, Blacktails. Do people not like George? I think George is a pretty, like... I mean, not like a perfect... you know, he can be a little bit of a dingus, but like I feel like he's pretty likable. I don't know. I like him. Fun main character.
You want to buy some fish?
Nah, I don't like fish. What's your name?
Rio. It means river. What about you?
George. It means, well, it's just a name.
This kid's supposed to be 10? Cool.
Is it true that Captain Ketch lived around here?
That's right. That's his house up on the hill. It's a museum now.
Yeah? That's exactly what I need. Thanks, kid.
You won't get inside, you know. The old ladies close it down.
Old ladies.
What do you know about Captain Ketch?
Just what everybody knows around here. He was a pirate and get himself hung.
No school today?
No, sir.
What about your education?
I can fish, sail, and swim. I've been looking after myself since I was 6, and I'm bilingual.
Aren't you a little overqualified for a beach bum?
Well, you know, there's a lot of competition.
Who are these old ladies you mentioned?
Miss Frost and Miss Mina Ketch.
How come the old ladies closed the museum?
It's Bronson's doing. Him have the plans for redeveloping the museum. They're going to regret it, you know. The man's a crook.
We've got a nice early 90s movie plot going here now. Let's
Will you
go.
help me get those plans?
I don't want to go nowhere near that man. He promised to drown me when he found the fish I left in his sleeping bag.
Do you know anything about pirate treasure?
Man, that's all stories. There's no such thing as a real pirate treasure.
I guess we'll check the boat out.
I didn't
here.
know the first thing about sailing a dinghy.
A dinghy. I guess maybe we need Rio to help us sail away. I assume that's Rio's boat. Good old Bronson. Did that open any conversations with him, I wonder? George taking the exceptionally long way to talk to Bronson. Speedrunner in me is dying.
Can I take a look at your plans?
No way.
No
What
way.
interest would they be to you, anyhow?
I've always had a secret desire to be a surveyor.
You have?
Sure. I mean, you surveyors are just like the great explorers, aren't you? Henry
Butter
the
'em up,
Navigator,
George.
Vasco da Gama, Chris Columbus. Maybe you don't sail uncharted seas or discover new continents, but you're okay in my book.
Horseshit. You just stay away from those plans. Say, was that kid giving you trouble?
The Fisher boy? No, he was very polite.
Ha! He's a juvenile delinquent. I suppose he told you I was a crook.
Nah.
Oh no, he's a good kid. He'd never say anything like that.
Sure he would, the little punk.
Interesting.
Tell me about the two old ladies.
Who?
Laying it on thick.
Ketch sisters. One of them's crazy as a coot, and the other will turn you to stone if you're not careful.
Okay. Alright, we got a little
Catch
bit
you
out of
later,
that.
Watson.
Well, I guess we will head up the steps. Okay, so we could still see this guy putting around over here. I think that's our down, right? It says we can slide further this way, but I guess... Oh, we can take a look. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Look at that background. Don't do it like that. All right, cool. So we've got the ladies over here. Got a tree. I can't. I guess it's this one here. Yeah. Okay. So we have a tree. The two ladies. A cat. Has a ball. Ball is not selectable. Ladder. Door. We got a scroll-a-rooney here. Let's take a look. Anything over on the edge? No, I think this is just reset. Oh, we got window. Window as well. Alright, well, this time we'll go right to left. Okay, each window has its own hitbox, and this is the flagpoles. This is the little reflector. Okay.
The window was locked. It was a closed window.
Okay, nothing too surprising there.
It was a sturdy, extendable ladder.
Ooh, extendable. That could be helpful.
The ladder extended easily.
Okay. I assume we mess with the flagpole.
I couldn't reach it. It was a flagpole, one of a pair.
Can't reach it. We have a ladder here, George.
You there? What are you doing?
Pardon me, ladies. I was just going to climb your ladder. I'm helping Bronson.
Oh, you're not like him, are you? He's very polite, isn't he, Frost? And he has dimples when he smiles.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Let's talk to the cat.
Hi, Puss. Want to play? Hey, cat. Watch where you're putting those claws.
Watch where you're putting those claws.
The flagpole had a reflective target on the end for Bronson to use as a reference point.
Okay, obviously we'll need to do something with that. That seems important. Okay, the tree that I was looking at looks like it's cut down. It looks like a cut down tree.
A cute little putty tat. Actually, no. It was a mangy old flea bag. It was
George.
busily torturing a red ball.
It looks cute to me. Alright, let's talk to the ladies here.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stobart. Would you care for tea?
No, thank you, ma'am. I don't like tea. Is that your cat?
Yes, it is.
That's Ruddles.
Oh,
Do
great
you
name.
like cats,
Mr. Stobart?
Yeah, I love him.
You bet. Especially spit roast.
Oh my, George! He just leaves it hanging there. My goodness.
Can you tell me anything about Captain Ketch?
More than you can tell me about your great-great-great-great-grandfather, no doubt.
You're his descendants?
Certainly. Captain Ketch was born in Dorset, England, in the reign of King Henry VIII. His family were undistinguished farmers, but young Frederick Ketch decided to go to sea.
We
Take
have
to the
plenty
sea.
of seamen in our family, Mr. Stobart.
Are you interested in history, Mr. Stobart?
Mr. Stobart? Yeah,
Yes,
love
I
it.
am.
Love it.
You were telling me about Captain Ketch. Do go on.
Oh, yes. He sailed under Hawkins,
Jim Hawkins?
John Hawkins, one of the great traders of the Elizabethan age. In 1568, Frederick Ketch was a young man serving aboard the Jesus, Hawkins' flagship. They sailed from England to Africa and across the wide Atlantic to these islands. Ketch was never to see the shores of England again.
Oh, really, Rosebuster? All right. Just so upset about the cat scratch.
How come Ketch never made it home?
Because the Spaniards sank the Jesus in an act of treachery.
You said Hawkins' fleet traded between Africa and the Indies. What was it they were trading?
Black men with no shirts.
You have to understand, Mr. Stobart, that this was the 16th century.
But that doesn't alter the fact that Hawkins and Ketch were slavers and pirates.
Would it surprise you to learn that Hawkins was also a devoutly religious man?
He transported slaves in a ship named after Jesus Christ. In my book, that makes him a hypocrite.
I mean, George. Yeah.
What happened to Ketch? Was he killed?
Oh no, he got away and returned to this island, to this very house.
The Frederick Ketch Memorial Museum.
I love that they're just kind of like very clearly being like, you need to steal from these people and you need to not feel bad. I love it.
Is it true Frederick Ketch was a pirate?
Frederick Ketch was emphatically not a pirate.
They hanged him, you know, down there on the beach in front of his family. Didn't bother with a trial, just whipped him out from his breakfast table and hoisted him up in chains.
Lacey had breakfast.
Well, if he wasn't a pirate, what did they hang him for?
Envy. Pure green-eyed envy. He had been a successful privateer, you see, and had accumulated great wealth.
As rich as a mink in a paddock.
Shut up, Mina.
Yes, Frost.
The small-minded governor and his lackeys wanted his money, trumped up some ridiculous charge about breaking the conditions of his letter of marque, and hanged him like a common thief. The blackguards!
Letter of marque?
The document that permitted him to engage and destroy the enemies of the crown. The difference between a lawful privateer and a pirate. Yoo-hoo!
Sorry, Frost.
Well, why didn't Ketch just say, take a hike, guys, I've got a pirating license?
Frederick Ketch was not a pirate,
But he did show them his letter of marque.
but they destroyed it and hanged him anyway.
This is an interesting story here.
I've been talking to Rio, the little fisher boy.
I'll thank you not to mention that little wretch in my presence.
Dirty little whelk. Nasty fishy boy.
That will do, Mina.
Nasty fishy boy.
I gather you don't have much time for the little boy.
That child is a delinquent, Mr. Stobart.
Yeah, well, he's only, what, 11, maybe?
A knave with one hand on the tops.
What is it about Rio that you don't like, Miss Frost?
Well, once upon a time, he and Emily...
Be quiet this instant, Mina.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Emily?
Emily, what business can she be of yours?
Her parents were killed in a typhoon.
We, as her only living relatives, took it upon ourselves to raise the child.
That's good to know Charity isn't dead.
Oh, but she is. Washed overboard in the typhoon.
Mr. Stobart wasn't talking about Emily's mother. He was being sarcastic.
What else can you tell me
What
about
is this
Emily?
conversation?
How dare you pry into our family in this way? I refuse to answer any more of your impertinent questions.
Can I interest you in some panties?
They wouldn't appreciate it. They wouldn't appreciate it.
Okay. Can we get in the door? I'm assuming they're like, no, can't go in the door. But...
It was locked.
Yeah.
The house is closed.
How come?
It is undergoing refurbishment.
Oh, of course. This must be the place Bronson's surveying.
The intention is to prepare the museum for the new century.
The Frederick Ketch Memorial Museum. It would look nice in neon.
A museum for a pirate? There was a stony silence.
As I have already told you, sir, he was not a pirate. It's precisely this sort of vile misrepresentation that Mr. Bronson is seeking to rebalance.
Oh? How?
Mr. Bronson has kindly agreed to undertake the museum's refurbishment at a very reasonable price. He understands the importance of a sense of history.
Funny. That's not the impression I got of Bronson at all.
He also understands spherical geometry.
Mina?
Well, he does.
Listen, ma'am. I came a long way to visit this place.
If we make an exception in your case, everyone will want to get in.
Pardon me, but I didn't exactly have to fight my way through the crowds.
You're the second visitor we've had today.
No, I'm sorry, but it's impossible.
How interesting this this puzzle here. I can't use the ladder still, even though we've introduced ourselves.
Get down.
Sorry.
Okay. Alright, let's check this tree out, because this tree has a hitbox.
A large tree stood beside the house with a suggestive U formed by the branches. I couldn't think of any reason to climb the tree.
A suggestive U? Is that what it was?
I wasn't going to risk further laceration by the cat's claws.
Yeah, we gotta get inside, yeah. Okay. So at the moment, we cannot climb up the ladder. We have a suggestive U shape in the tree. No. We, like... No. For some reason, I really want to make those into, like, a slingshot somehow. Okay. I think it's almost certain that we need to get to the bottom of why these people do not like the Rio kid, right? Like, that's gotta be a clue in there somewhere. Because it obviously doesn't check out.
I had no more to talk to him about.
Nothing new with Bronson. I will go talk to our... Let's take a look at this really fast while we're passing through. Just to see if we have anything new here. It does not look like it. Trying to see if anything kind of stood out. Looks like we're good. So let's talk to Rio. So we should have some new dialogues here, I would think. Yeah.
I think Bronson is trying to cheat those sweet, vulnerable old ladies.
That's a little unfair, isn't it?
Okay, he's trying to cheat those seriously demented, poisonous old ladies.
You have to admire his acumen.
Tell me about your friend Emily.
Why are you so interested in Emily Ketch?
Emily Ketch? A descendant of Captain Ketch, the pirate?
Yeah,
What, doesn't bother you?
why should it? We don't responsible for our ancestors.
How come the old ladies closed the museum?
It's Bronson's doing. Him have the plans for redeveloping the museum. Oh, I know all about Mr. Bronson's plans.
Let's go. Can we talk about... Let's... I guess not.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the boy.
I just stood behind him, menacingly, with my glasses on.
I wasn't going anywhere in that boat without Rio to sail her.
Okay, well... maybe we could do that. Actually, hang on. I mean, you can show him this too.
What you got there?
I didn't think the kid'd be interested in that.
Maybe you would know if we had the stone inside, with confirmation it's in the building, even though the story
What
would.
you got there?
I didn't think the kid'd be interested in that.
Okay, well, we know it's got to be in there, right? Is there anything good? One of these, kid?
What you got there?
I didn't think the...
Okay, no.
It was Ubier's bank statement.
Okay, it's a bank statement. Do you know anything about these?
What you got there?
I didn't think that...
So is this lipstick?
It was Nico's lipstick. It was that
The
itsy...
tequila worm. You want my lucky piece of coal, Rio?
What you got there?
I didn't think the kid'd be interested in that.
Okay. I guess there's really not much else for me to do here. Yet. The net, we can't do
I
anything.
didn't want a fishing net.
Worm on a hook. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't consider the tequila worm.
It was
to go
that
on there.
itsy bitsy tequila worm.
That is a good. That's a good thought. I'm gonna just try talking to Bronson one more time here, just to see. If there's anything new. We just
I had
obviously
no more to...
no nothing. And I assume plans no.
I just
no
had-
go.
Hey, get out of there.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there's nothing else I'm missing, right? Over here, obviously, we've got that. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. I don't appear to be missing anything. Okay, what an interesting setup for this. Okay, we'll try the tequila worm just to see. He's not really looking for anything specific, so it'd be interesting if this worked.
What you got there?
I didn't think the kid'd be interested in that.
Okay. Well, now we know. It's tricky because it's not like. No. So the positive note right now in terms of our puzzle solving is that there's not a lot of places to look. Like we're limited to this big room here and then the big room in front of the house. Like that is what we've got. So there's only a limited amount of spaces to check and look at. This guy goes back and forth. We don't know if necessarily there's a timing situation here. We can't use the plans if he's over here. To my knowledge, right? We're free to use the surveying equipment. But again, it's not like it's my knowledge, it doesn't appear to be like Fate of Atlantis where we can move it around or anything. It's sort of just a, it's just there. I'll wait just to check, to make sure it's not like a timing thing. So he's looking in. Oh, no, don't do it. Nice and flush here. Maybe this is a timing thing. So we'll try to wait this thing out here. Bronson, why don't you get a move on here, pal? Moon Bronson. That'd be amazing.
I just had...
See, he keeps coming back. I wonder if this is not something I can do.
Hey, get out of there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll head back up. I guess the first order of business here that I can think of is to try to mess with the little reflector. Now, I don't think that I can pick up the ladder anymore. It looks like I can only go up the ladder. But if we could get up there, we could put something shiny up there, which I guess I don't necessarily have either. But let's see. Do you want the worm? Maybe you want to play with the worm and I get the ball?
The cat looked at me as if to say, "Why have you brought a dead worm halfway around the world?" I had no answer.
So is that a no? Okay. I like that there was a response to that.
It would have been pretty cool to drug the cat, but I didn't have the heart. And besides which, those sisters would kill me.
Oh, I didn't consider the lethalness of that, but just figured it was something to play with.
I doubted the cat would have salient remarks to make on a Mesoamerican artifact.
It did.
I was right.
That's actually kind of cool.
Hey, cat, want to play with this little doll?
I feel like because the ball is there, like I feel like I want to.
It wasn't exactly
Get the ball
enthralled at
somehow.
coming face to face with the great god Tezcatlipoca.
Do they have anything to say to the statue here?
They wouldn't appreciate it.
Of course not. Lipstick? Would you like some lipstick, cat? It's a good shade. Cole, I think we've tried everything. I mean, the bank statement. You interested? You interested in the bank statement?
They wouldn't appreciate it.
Okay. We tried this.
They
right?
wouldn't appreciate.
'Cause that was something that's like, oh, maybe this is inside. I don't know.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah, they wouldn't appreciate it, of course.
That isn't it. They wouldn't appreciate it.
Okay, so this is not coming at Millhouse at this point. So we can't go up the ladder until we, I guess, do something to get rid of the two sisters or to distract them, I guess. It's interesting to me as well that the windows are,
No, I couldn't just go around throwing things at other people's windows.
I was going to suggest picking the lock, but sure, okay. We need to get up here. Again, I don't know exactly why, but I guess if we mess with this, presumably this guy will leave and go up, and then we look at the plans. Maybe there's some good stuff up here with the plans that we want.
Down.
Sorry.
And yeah, I definitely, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down on the, the fishing hook thing. That does kind of check out. As soon as you said that, I was like, that'll probably work, I bet you. This is very nice. Is there anything that we can do? Yeah, we didn't interact with anything on the slide there. It's just what appears to be a bit of a vanity shot.
I couldn't think of any reason to climb the tree. A large tree stood beside the house with a suggestive U formed by the branches.
Suggestive U. I feel like we need to do... I can't pick up the net either, right? Like, the net was something where I was like, okay, maybe... Maybe the net would mean something. Oops.
The ladder reached all the way up to the flagpole.
Yo, what's up, Stripes? Forgot if I said hello or not. Okay. Dang, this is an interesting one, folks. This is a very interesting puzzle. That tree apparently must be pretty important.
I didn't want a fishing net.
Because every time I click on the tree, it gives me that little music sting, and I feel like they don't do that
It was a
without
net
thinking
left
about
to
it.
dry in the sunshine.
Alright, is there anything we can do with the net? Maybe we need to just like get something in the net itself. Can we dart Bronson? Have we tried subduing the developer?
He wouldn't have wanted that.
Well, of course not.
Catch you later, Bronson.
It's like you're still here.
He wouldn't have wanted.
And what about?
Catch you later.
So it keeps opening up the dialogue tree.
He wouldn't have wanted that.
Catch you later, bro.
There's nothing for us to talk about.
He wouldn't have wanted.
Catch you later, Bronson.
So I guess that leads me to to believe that this is like not the solution here. Like we got to do something else. Bronson adjacent.
He wouldn't have.
Catch you later, Bronson.
I couldn't get to the theater. I just had.
I don't think that this
get
is
outta
a
there.
great timing thing,
Okay.
but I kind of like want to double check, you know? I maybe like can I goof with the device here? Like stick the worm on there. Scratch up the lens. Do anything? This is tricky.
I just.
Hey, get out of there.
Okay.
Just guessing now. A little bit. I'm definitely like I don't want to use the word stumped, but I'm cooking, but I'm like kind of running out of just trying to think of different things to do here.
I just had to sneak a look at those plans.
Well, maybe I can do it right now. Did we sneak?
Hey, get out of there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that's that at least quenches my thirst on that particular thing. I still had like an off, like in my brain was like maybe I just need to catch him at the right transition point, and then I could look at the plans. But I'm assuming that that's a bit different. Oh, we have a cat on here.
You're really fond of that cat, aren't you?
He is our companion and our solace.
I thought about catnapping the little monster until they let me in, but it wasn't my style. Maybe there was some other way I could use their affection for the cat to get me into the house.
Okay, ask and you shall receive, huh?
Okay, it was time for diversionary tactics.
I thought I saw a little girl down on the beach.
You must be mistaken.
He must be mistaken. Mustn't he, Frost?
I'm sure I'm not. A little girl and that young fisher boy.
What? It's not possible. What were they doing?
Oh, the kinds of things that all little boys and girls get up to at their age.
When I was a little girl, we used to play cows and milkmaids.
Woe betide you if you're lying to us, Mr. Stobart. Heaven help you.
Is this how we do this? Oh, and the ball is free? Or maybe not. I mean, the poor kid is gonna
With a
get
creak
harassed.
of ancient corsetry, the sisters sailed majestically over the distant horizon.
Okay. Okay. There's nothing new revealed. Not, nothing going on with the tree again.
I wasn't going to...
You can climb the ladder now. And the door is locked, so I shouldn't be able to do much over there. But whilst we're up here,
Just
let's...
my luck. I'd struck out again. The windows were all locked.
All locked. Okay.
I didn't have a flag on me, so the flagpole would have to stay bare.
Okay. How about that flagpole? George, move the ladder.
I couldn't reach the flagpole, and a bush stopped me from moving the ladder across.
Oh. Gosh. Can we throw the dart at the flagpole?
Nah, I didn't have the throwing strength to knock the marker off.
Didn't have the throw. The coal.
Nah, I didn't have
Like
the
a
throwing
full
strength
baseball.
to knock the marker off.
What is this thing made out of? Holy cow.
Nah, I didn't have the...
Okay. Okay.
Nah.
This is how they get you. You get all the way over there. You think you've moved forward, but they're kind of like, have you moved forward? Okay. So we still can't move the ladder then. The door is locked.
It was locked.
I'm just gonna try one more time since they're not around. No, okay. Maybe he'll pick it now.
The window was locked.
The window was locked.
I couldn't think of any reason to climb the tree. A large tree stood beside the house, with a suggestive U formed by the branches.
Do.
I couldn't reach the flagpole, and a bush stopped me from moving the ladder across.
I really think he could actually get the ladder moved over. I do think so.
Cute. It was...
I can't
I
get
wasn't
this
going to
ball
risk-
right. Ball is not its own thing. Okay. I mean, yeah. There's nothing new with the tree. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna check with Rio again. Anything new?
Did you see the weird sisters come by here?
Did I? They look madder than usual, so I hide until they're gone by.
Just as well. They thought you were playing with Emily. Boy, were they steamed.
Emily, you're madder than them.
Can you let me have a fish, kid?
I thought you say you don't like fish.
It's not for me. It's a present.
For the old ladies? Well, it makes a change from flowers and candy.
No, it's for their cat.
Okay. What do I get out of it?
I can pay you. I've got Quarramontian dollars, French francs, and traveler's checks.
You
Traveler's
must be
checks.
joking. The nearest bank is 3 islands away.
Oh, tell me it's yes.
Will you give me a fish if I give you these real... Are these ugly, tasteless nylon panties worth a fish?
Tell me yes.
No, man.
Okay, fair. Would have been cool.
Is this worm worth a fish?
Could be good bait. How did it die?
I think it drowned in tequila.
Just like my Uncle Gabriel. Yeah, I'll have that.
Oh. Okay.
Okay,
Here we
I'll
go.
get you a fish. It might take a while, though.
Take a while. Okay, we're waiting for fish now.
I wasn't going...
Yeah, Any luck with the fish there, bud?
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the boy.
Okay. Okay, so he is taking the bait, as it were. I guess we need to wait for him to come back. Or I guess for him to catch the fish.
I didn't want a fishing net.
Okay. Fishing, net, fishing. Something to think about. Anything new with Bronson? Yes. The bush is preventing me from moving a ladder, and then confused person just moves the ladder through the bush. I mean, you know, you just it's an extendable ladder, right? Like, just get it around the bush. That's the whole thing. Welcome in, Pazzy. By the way, good to see you. I agree. That would be. There's so many times where it's like, if you just did it this way, then you'd be fine. This would be so easy.
Did you see the sisters go by?
Yeah, they wanted to string that Fisher brat up. Of course, I told them where to find him.
A fink as well as a creep. Nice.
But he'd managed to vanish somehow.
Okay, that was a good talk.
Catch you later, Bronson.
Nothing new, right? You haven't done anything with your items here? Same old, very good. One more thing, I guess then I'll go back and see if Rio has caught anything, but kind of came through here, right? So I'm just making sure there's nothing hotspot wise that's different. Does not look like it. Do we do the whole? I mean, nothing should change up top, presumably. Oh, this game is tricky sometimes. It really does like kind of test your patience a bit. Cause like sometimes the dialogues you need to like do it one by one and go back and forth and back and forth. There we go. Did I miss the fish? I might have misclicked there. Yes.
No luck with a fish?
No, man. They don't want bite. That's cause they know there's a storm brewing.
Oh, there's a storm coming.
Storm? I don't think so.
Hey, I caught a bite.
There
You
go.
have?
It's a big one. A real big one.
Reel him in, Rio. Jeez, it must be a whale or something.
Yes. What the heck is that?
Rustiest whale I ever see.
A wheel or something?
I still need a fish, Rio.
Okay, make me try again.
Maybe you better change your bait.
Okay. Guess that's. So what? A bicycle.
The
whole
only
thing?
serviceable part of the bicycle's wreck was a rubber inner tube. You just never know when you're going to need stuff like that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is a Monkey Island 4 puzzle starting to emerge. And just to make sure, nothing more on the bicycle.
I wasn't going.
Just double checking.
There was nothing else on the bicycle.
Nothing they could use in the bicycle. Okay. Okay. We have... I don't know how exactly this is going to work, but my escape from Monkey Island senses are tingling.
It was the old inner tube from the bicycle which Rio had fished from the sea. 3 feet of slightly perished rubber. Bound to be useful for something.
It makes me want to put this inner tube on a U-shaped tree. Okay. Folks, we got a little bit of a slingshot. Now, we just didn't have enough torque, right?
I put my lucky lump of coal in the catapult.
It's lucky.
Took aim.
Missed.
No! My lucky piece of coal vanished into the distance. It looked like it was going into orbit.
I'm assuming we need to do the ball, right? The ball. Can we just chuck things into the... No, okay. So much for our lucky piece of coal. I hopefully that that doesn't ruin everything, but...
The inner tube hung between the two branches.
Okay. Well, let's check with the cat again. I guess what we need to do is... I guess we need that fish. I wonder if
I
we'll...
wasn't going to risk further laceration by the cat's claws.
I wonder if,
The flagpole had...
Yeah, same deal. Okay. I wonder if we'll pick up the net now. Because we could use a fishing net
I
for
didn't
fish.
want a fishing net.
See, this is where you're wrong, George. Like, think about the fish. It's really hard to click
There was
on the
nothing
scroll
else
here.
on the bicycle.
There's a fish, my man.
I
Hey.
can't put it in my pocket while it's flapping about like that.
No problem.
Thank you for outlining that you killed the fish. Appreciate that. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that was a little bit tedious. We had to... I mean, I don't know if we had to shoot the coal out specifically to make that happen, but... We at least had to build the slingshot situation. Okay, so fish to the cat, right?
Okay, cat. You don't deserve this, but here's a little fish.
It's going on the record as saying, I like the cat. Cat's great. I appreciate its thoughts on the obsidian stone that we have. That was,
The little monster ate
Nice.
the fish, but never strayed far from the ball.
no. Are you telling me...
I wasn't going...
There better be an unlimited amount of fish over here, because if what's about to happen is gonna happen, I'm a bit concerned. It's gonna take a lot of trial and error, it feels like. Yeah, okay. Okay.
There's a fish, my man.
That's a great skill, by the way. This kid just pulls fish up every once in a while, and a key item out of the ocean. It's very good. Okay, so we need to do something with the fish, and I don't want it to be this, but I think
don't
it is
think
that.
so.
Okay, good. It's not. Okay, I've got an idea. I'm glad it wasn't the first one that I had, where I was like, do we need to poison this poor cat? It's not. I think, alright, I'm gonna try to use the fish on the inner tube. We watched the coal fly away, so if we shoot the fish out there, maybe the cat will
I
chase
doubted
it.
I had Rio's grasp of piscine aerodynamics. There had to be a better projectile in a dead fish.
Okay. So that was just to get the fish somewhere else. Might be overthinking this a
Nah,
bit,
I didn't have the throwing strength to knock the marker off.
but that's okay. That's part of the fun.
No, I couldn't just go around throwing things at other people's windows.
Even fish?
The fish was wet and slimy and decidedly dead. No, that's...
Just want to make sure we can't
I don't...
combine this with something.
No, I had to think...
Tried the dart already.
I'd better think... No, I had... Wrong...
So none of those would make sense, but like maybe there's something going on with it. Okay. I guess there's like a small chance that I have to give it multiple
Here's another
fish.
little fish.
I think maybe it goes to sleep or something. It kind of seems like it's getting tired, right?
The little monster ate the fish, but never strayed far from the ball.
Okay. Okay, back down. Let's get another fish. Fish with the ladder, maybe? Maybe I like put it up the ladder.
Daisy fish, my man.
Got a fish in my pocket. It's a little bit annoying that this is such like a slow drag from one side of the screen to the other, only to be like, didn't work. I'm just gonna use the fish on a couple things down here. Again, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. But you never know with games like this. You gotta cover your bases.
What do you think of my fish?
Yes.
Where'd you get that?
Out of the ocean. It must live there, I guess.
Smart ass. Why are you carrying a dead fish?
It's dead? Oh.
It's just a
Catch you later,
conversation to
Bronson.
mess with him. I love it. Okay.
A cute little putty. It was bit.
Alright, so let's try using the fish on some nearby things. Because I guess the idea would be to put the fish somewhere
I couldn't.
that would be tough for the
No,
cat to get
that's
to but
wrong.
can see. I guess, because we're basically trying to
Nah,
get him
I
to
didn't have
move
the
away
throwing strength to
from
knock the marker off.
ball. Yeah, we tried this already.
I doubted I had Rio's grasp of piscine aerodynamics. There had to be a better projectile in a dead fish.
It's a moment of serene thinking here.
I wasn't going to risk further laceration by the cat's claws.
Okay. So we've tried the door and the ladder, the windows. They are locked. Not much going on over there. Nothing on the scroll that has emerged. Could maybe take a peek at the wider look again. Maybe this will reveal something new. Not quite. Could try talking to Rio again, I guess, and see if anything new comes out. It's a good bit of puzzling we have here, I will say that. It's fun.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the boy.
Okay. Can we ask him about the fish? Maybe he's got some suggestions.
What you got there?
I didn't think the kid would be interested in that.
Okay, just that, huh?
I wasn't going anywhere in that boat without Rio to sail her.
Okay.
There was nothing else on the bicycle wreck I could use.
Nothing in the bicycle wreck. Okay. Fish. Still haven't used the net.
I didn't want a fishing net. It was a net left.
Let's dry in the sunset. Okay. There's nothing new with the surveying equipment. I would venture to guess. Bronson, we've talked to Bronson. This gives us our
I had
scroll
no more
back.
to talk to him about.
He's got nothing. Just make sure we're not getting anything over here. Nothing has changed. Okay. I guess this has to do something with up here. Okay. Okay, so we can pick the inner tube back up. That's interesting. Maybe this is a... Maybe we were one step ahead of ourselves here. Can we
Maybe it wasn't such a good idea.
Hang on. This is hilarious, by the way, if this works. Inner tube.
I'd have to do that from the ground.
Well, George, I mean, let's help me out a little bit here, pal. This is... Oh,
that should get the old cat dancing.
That's pretty
I just
tricky.
hoped it didn't give itself a cardiac.
It's tough that it allows you to do both ways. So you have to... It's very inspirational music for what just happened. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got the ball. And I guess now we can grab the inner tube.
I didn't want to risk the wrath of that vicious animal by putting my hand within striking distance of those claws.
Sure. I guess we need to go up the ladder. Yeah, red herring, yeah. Fitting with the fish as well. So it's like, yeah, give the fish away for sure. Okay. So yeah, we just kind of did him out of order. That would be like the same thing that happened with the cap earlier. If nothing... I guess the press worked with the cap in there. It'd be similar to that if it didn't work. That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. It's fair. But that is a tricky one. Alright, so now presumably, I'm again assuming...
It was the ball I stole from the cat.
That this ball has to be used with the inner
tube. I put the
tube.
ball in the catapult. Took aim.
And missed. There
yes!
we go.
Okay, so it was a lucky shot, but I knocked the theodolite target clean off the end of the flagpole.
Let's go. George causing more destruction. Bad days for everybody. Let us celebrate.
What the hell's going on here?
Hi, Bronson. Nice to see you, too.
You again. Have you been screwing around with my theodolite target? Where is it? I had to climb out of the window to put that one on. Damn it, I'm gonna have to go through all that again.
Not
These
this
two.
time.
The house is locked up and the sisters aren't here.
Hell's teeth! I'll have to put the spare target on the other flagpole. A whole morning's work wasted. I'm gonna fix all this, and then I'm gonna fix you, you hear?
Yeah? Fine. I'll be waiting.
Oh, wow. What is going on here?
A cute little...
Wait, just take the ladder from him? Oh, he's got the key. Oh, yeah.
What you doing, Bronson? Just hanging around?
I'm gonna kill you for this, Stobart! Get me down from here!
That's
What,
amazing.
so you can kill me? Gee, you talked me out of it, Bronson. I felt a little guilty about leading Bronson up there, but not much, obviously. The marker was a bright, shiny thing, and I have a weakness for bright, shiny things. It wasn't going to be much use without the theodolite, though.
Okay. Again, I don't know exactly what we've done here, but I'm very happy we've done it.
It was the electronic marker which Bronson used with his theodolite.
Because I knew we needed to mess around with... we can look at the plants. That's what we can do now. Almost forgot why we were doing this whole thing. This is probably hilarious as well if we look at the theodolite. Oh, or we can just take it. We can just steal it. Sure, that's not expensive. Just robbing this guy blind. This is
With
amazing.
Bronson out of the way, I could finally get a clear look at the plans. Engineers' drawings didn't mean much to me, but one thing was clear. These plans were for a 5-story, 200-roomed, luxury, pirate-themed hotel.
Oh,
Another
no.
stain on the bedspread of paradise.
Anything else over here? Nope. Okay, that's hilarious.
It was Bronson's theodolite. It was Bronson's plans for the Hotel from Hell.
Okay. I guess we'll talk to Rio. I don't know exactly again what we need from Rio, but I feel like that's got to be the next move here, right? Yeah.
Look here. Bronson's plans.
Was I right? Is that creep up to no good?
Darn right he is.
Lauren Tootin. Is that it? Alright, well,
I wasn't going...
good talk, Rio. Be back in a minute to do one more conversation, I'm sure. Okay. I guess if we presumably get to talk to the old ladies again there, perhaps they would be interested in the fact that it's a pirate-themed hotel, right? It seemed like they were, the agreement was that it was going to be not a pirate-themed hotel. Oh, they're back.
Why is Mr. Bronson hanging from that flagpole?
He climbed up there of his own accord.
Then help him, you stupid man! Quickly, before he falls!
I think you should see this first.
Here. Bronson's plans.
You were bamboozled.
This means nothing to me.
She's not wearing her reading glasses.
Ah, wait. Yes, I see now. I see it all too clearly. That man is planning to build a huge hotel. Bronson is a confidence trickster. Mina, we have been duped. I'm glad we didn't sign his contract.
Oh, I hate tricksters, especially confident ones.
Tricksters.
Come, Mina. Mr. Bronson, you may consider yourself persona non grata.
Yes. Grave Canum.
Kindly disentangle yourself from our flagpole and eject yourself from our property this very minute.
Disentangle! Eject!
The two of them are
Hey,
great.
cut that out, you crazy old bat!
How dare you! Mina isn't crazy, she's just engagingly eccentric.
Oh.
Yeah, as a bedbug. Ouch!
Lovely as this little vista is, I'd be really grateful if you could let me into the museum now.
Certainly, young man. We are most grateful to you for exposing this scoundrel, Mina the Lock.
Yeah, the two of this has been very
Thanks,
fun.
ladies.
Stobart, be a pal. Get these harpies off me. Ooh.
Just, excuse me, just gonna head into the museum. Don't
While
mind
George
me.
was basking in the sun-drenched Caribbean, I went to London. It was a long shot,
It's raining.
but I thought I'd start my search for the Jaguar Stone at the British Museum.
17-month streak for 19 months. Haborius, thank you very much for your subscription, my friend.
The only backseating I'll do is eating snacks.
That's the best kind on this channel. Hope you're well. Thank you very much for the resub. Powerful support. Okay. I just noticed the clock. We are past 2:30 a.m. local here, which means this is probably an excellent time for me to save and go to bed. We'll pick this thing back up on Thursday. This has been a very good session. That was a really, really tough part of this game, I have to say. This has been the toughest session so far. That was a very difficult series of puzzles. It's fair, but it really does test your patience quite a bit, and you need to like really exhaust everything to get through that. And the bit with the inner tube was a little bit dastardly, but we got there. So we're back in London. So let's call it London. I say back in London, but we are now in London as Nico. I like the fact that you can play as Nico a little bit in these. It's really, really cool. But that last session, or that last section of the game was very hard. The little Caribbean bit. I thought incorrectly that it would be pretty straightforward. I was talking about this before, where it was kind of like we had a section with only 2 areas that we just had to bounce back and forth. Only a limited amount of things we could interact with, but you really did have to poke around a lot. You needed to talk to everybody. The bit with the cat was tough, and then figuring out, I don't know, it was that was very challenging. But yeah, agreed, Havorius. Good, but with tricky puzzles. Yeah, that was definitely yeah, really good. I had been making pretty good work on this game up until that moment. I was sitting there being like, is this where I'm gonna have to sit this one out for a minute and like kind of let this cook, get some fresh eyes on it? But I'm actually glad that we got to the other side there in due time. Good series of stuff there. But we are saved. Yeah, we're saved in there, so we're good to go. Folks, thanks very much for tuning in today. Appreciate y'all.